right. So these are just toy deer that you can get, you know, any craft store, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, that kind of thing, or in the thrift store in the toy section. So the reason that I have these is because I wanted to try to make them brass deer, and I can hardly find brass deer out in the wild. So we'll start by painting them black and then using some gold rub and buff to make them look like brass, and then maybe some black wax after that. So experiment with me and see if we can make our very own brass deer. All right, I'm going to start with black paint. I just have Anchor by Dixie Belle. It's a silk mineral paint, so it has built-in sealer and all the good things in it. Alternatively, you could spray paint them black. If you have a lot of them, it might be easier to paint them black with spray paint, but they're tiny, so 2 coats should cover them up pretty good, maybe 1 coat. As I make these deer into brass deer, I want to say welcome to the new watchers and thank you to those returning. Starting a YouTube channel has been amazing for me. I tackled the fear of learning something new and gained some courage in the meantime. I get to craft, DIY, I get to fifth Sparrow no more thrift finds, and go on thrifting adventures with you. So thank you for being here on this journey with me and sharing in all of the thrifting adventures and crafting. And I want to remind everyone, if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe and that notification bell. Like this video and share with friends who you think would love it too. It took 1 coat and a few touch-ups where I had grabbed it with my fingers to hold it up to paint the undercarriage, so to speak. So now we're going to use this gold mousse from Dixie Belle, gemstone mousse in amber. Just going to open this up. Okay, so just going to take a little bit on my finger and just kind of rub that on the deer. Let's try. Okay, I did not like how that amber mousse was coming out, and I found metallic wax and vintage gold, Art Alchemy. Not exactly rub and buff, but close. Okay, we are going to try this vintage gold color. I think this is going to be more the speed I was thinking. So remember, we tried amber gemstone mousse and it was too brown, so we're going to try this vintage gold color, and I'm already liking what I see. Yes, and I'm going to wipe it back some. See that? Beautiful color coming out. awesome sauce. I am so impressed. Got this cutie patootie little cast iron skillet from a gift set that I thrifted. No, it was at a garage sale. I thrifted at a garage sale. I threw away the food that came with it. Didn't know how old it was, and kept this little skillet because it will be cute as a wall hanger. We're going to paint the middle white with Dixie Belle Dropcloth, and then we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to put a transfer on that. Our little cast iron pan is dry with its 2 coats, and we are going to use these adorable bunnies that are in this IOD Kitschy transfer set, and we are going to cut these out. So that it's going to be a little bit big, I think, but that will just wrap up on the sides. So peel off the backing and place your transfer in the middle of the project, and I'm going to press down, and then I'm going to snip around the corners and help it go down in there a little bit further. Right, we're going to use our transfer tool and then rub that onto our skillet. Some of our torn muslin with this, and some of this red velvet ribbon, and we're going to tie it up at the top. Okay, we are going to make over this little basket. I got it at a church garage sale. Fill a bag for $5. It does, I just want to paint the top and put a transfer on it and make this a little Santa's Wishes box. But it has this paper picture on the top and it's already starting to come off. So I don't think that I can just paint over it. So I'm good. Okay, that could have gone worse. But I'm not sure how. So it ends up that the entire top is like the this particle board or pressed paper. And so I've used a combination of water and my X-Acto knife thing and scraped it off. Now I'm gonna sand this down. Not sure I can paint that and make it look nice. I think for our Christmas wishes box would be appropriate to put Nuttin' for Christmas on there. And so we only have like a little part of it, and so we need to see which part we're going to cut out to do. And I think this little section right here, because our Santa can go in this area, and it says, because if you're bad and warning, you'll get nothing for Christmas. And so I think that'll be a good warning on our Santa box. So we're gonna put that on the top of our Christmas wishes box. I'm just gonna lay it down here and trace it. So I'm going to Mod Podge that onto this top. I'm just going to put a smidge right in the middle. And that's probably a little much, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. Okay, so we have Mod Podged the top of our Santa's Wishes basket, and there is some overlap around the sides of that paper. So I'm going to use my scissors first and trim off the extra, and then I'll go back and take my finger sander and make sure that we got all the extra paper that's hanging off of the lid. Now I'm doing this after the Mod Podge has dried completely. The next thing I'm going to do is put this Santa transfer on the top of the basket, and that is from an IOD transfer from last year. So we are going to make sure that we kind of snuggle it between the words in this corner. And Santa's on there. All right, the music sheet is a little bit too crisp and clean for the look that we're going for. So I put a little bit of antiquing wax on my plastic sheet here. We're just gonna rub that on and then wipe it back and let that dry. And then take the other end and just wipe that back. See how that just ages that right up, so you can see that the white and then the antiquing wax. There's no antiquing wax on here. I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit and work on our tag that we're going to attach to our basket. All right, I have some fabric that I have torn and we are going to use this to make a Santa wishes tag. Those and the big kids can put what they want from Santa on there, or as you are out and about with the kiddos and they see something and they're like, oh my goodness, that would be fantastic if I got that from Santa Claus. Well, we can tell them, write it on a piece of paper and put it in the basket when we get home. So we can, so Santa will know what you want. And then that way you don't have to remember. As I'm wrapping it around, I'll go around the basket handle connectors right there to make sure that it stays in place. And just wrap those around. And then we will snip a little hole in our tag and put that on. I will tie this off and then we'll attach our tag. To make the hole in our Santa's wishes tag, I'm just going to take my scissors and make a little snip right here. And then we'll put another little piece of string through it and then tie it to the twine that's wrapped around there. And then this project will be done. The next project that we're going to work on are some ornaments. And I picked up these ceramic tiles at Home Depot. And there is 18 on the sheet. And they do have, they come on this backing, and couldn't think of the word, that they should just peel right off. So they come on this backing, and it just peels right off like that. We're going to take these, and we are going to trace them on adhesive felt sheets. We're going to put a ribbon and then the adhesive felt sheet on the back of that. We are going to decorate the ceramic tiles with all the small transfers and the Kitschy Christmas transfer. So let's get started on that project and make some ornaments. We have our adhesive felt sheet, and I'm going to just turn that over, and I'm going to trace my shapes on the back of this. Now this is totally up to you. I just felt like the back was a little bit rough and needed some cover, and that way we can sandwich the ribbon between the felt sheet and the ornament. So I'm just going to go around, and I am going to trace all of these ceramic pieces. Alright, so we are putting a coat of Big Top on our ornaments just to seal up that transfer. I'm going to put it all over that tile piece, so if it does change the sheen of it or anything like that, then it will be consistent. So I'm going to finish up. I'm going to put just a simple coat of this Big Top on all of the ornaments, and then we'll move on to the next step. Alrighty, so I cut out the peel and stick felt after tracing the tiles, and I cut that right inside the line that I drew so that it would fit perfectly on the back of these. So now we're going to take some of our velvet ribbon. We're going to put a loop behind there and just a dab of hot glue. We're going to peel this off and stick it to the back. So I'm going to get working on that. Okay, so the top coat has dried and we have cut out all of our pieces. So we are going to put our ribbon on and our backing on. So I'm going to take the glue gun and I'm going to put just a tiny little dollop right here up at the top, like so. I'm going to put my ribbon on that. Just like that. Alrighty, and then we'll peel the backing off of this and press it on top. And then we have our finished ornament, and they're ready to be hung on the tree. We're going to continue to do that and put our ribbons on and put our backings on. For this project, we are going to take these Christmas trees that I thrifted, and $2.29, and then don't know about this one. We are going to use some scrapbook paper and cover these both sides, and attach a picture clip to it to make this kind of a multifunctional kind of thing. One side will be able to have a picture and one side will be plain. So the first thing we'll do is just get these price tags off and then clean them up, and then we'll trace our paper and then Mod Podge that on. I'm going to start by tracing my trees onto my paper, and like I said, we're going to do these two-sided, so they will I'll trace two trees. yes, I'll trace 2 trees. Oh yeah, it's late, y'all. Go.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains, and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strain.
Just a moment.
Gloria in excelsis Deo, Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see Him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King.
And just like that, all of our little trees are cut out, and we are ready to Mod Podge those on to our trees. We'll start with the big one. After we Mod Podge the cutouts on, we'll let these dry, and then come back and sand off any extra tree and because there'll be some overhang, because tracing is never an exact science. Alrighty, all of our trees have dried, and we're going to sand off the excess paper that's on the sides. And we'll use scissors first, and then we'll use the finger sander. So I'm going to take my scissors and just trim off as much excess paper that I can. With the finger sander, you always want to go down to not let that paper tear.
The weary world rejoices, for young The night when Christ was born. All night, oh holy night. All night.
Since I got a little too violent with the sanding there, I'm going to take just a black ink pad. You could also use black paint and a small paintbrush. And I'm just going to go around the edges, a little heavier right here to cover that up. And then
Led by the light, our faith serenely beaming, with glowing hearts by His cradle we stand. O'er the world, a star is sweetly gleaming. Now come the wise men from out of the Orient.
we're going to see if I can get the drill in there and drill these in kind of at an angle.